yesterday we they look at the allegation we therefore do with one we see the Euroc company or management they plan now for sell this company and don't plan for sack plenty will command them waiting at the true out through the TRB we get the human resource consultant for the Euroc Metal Group winner Mohammed Dafi. Good morning and welcome to the program. Good morning, Saro.
Good morning, Radio Democracy, and good morning, listeners.
Okay, just a quick background. The Leoroc Metal Group starts operation as Saloon in 2021 with two companies, and we in Kinho Rail and Ports, we they operate na Pepel, and also we get the Kinho Mines, we they work na the Tonkolili Mines, and the parent body we the Freetown we na Leoroc Metal Group. Well, this BNTM news commerce this company they want sell them to Rockwave and other company. How through this be and waiting at the process and how rich they make we get Mr. Dafi at the program. Once again, good morning.
Good morning, Radio D, and thank you, listeners.
And of course, the Leoroc Metal Group from that background where I don't give, I don't operate in Salon since 2021, but this BNTM we see news to go around say we have the plan for sell this company. Explain to listeners and viewers of Radio Democracy how we reach or how we reach then that level day with such rumors or things that we go around.
Well, I would say firstly, the news are fake news, not true. Geared for letting create panic and misinformation. So, Leoroc Metal Group, with a short history or a short intervention at the mining sector, in Sierra Leone, don't they do marvel? And we always don't they prove we detractors them wrong. For say we there for stay, and we do have for make that mine at Tonkolili very sustainable. I think say you go say this now largely because people will feel say we don't get two previous operators them from African Minerals to Shandong Steel. So anytime somebody can just get that kind of imagination, say maybe Leoroc self get for go. Unfortunately for them, like I say, they not get the right fact. And
Okay.
need for
We can look at within Leoroc regard as the facts and are you saying a fake? Then they talk about we can look at that. But you know the HR consultants in your role, within are you function now the company and you office in function with regards things like waiting with the area.
Yeah, like I say, firstly, na for can lay the facts clear to the public for tell them what they happen. Leoroc, as my role HR consultant, now for advise the board or advise senior management about the human resource programs, and about the manpower planning, and also about development and training for we work Monday, and advise on policies and roll out them policies then they and make sure say we get the exact feedback to we work Monday when the need arise. Follow talk to them as to waiting at the new policies there which we intend for undertake as a company. So this is now a very big role, and I think say we done the do and fine so far for the past 3-4 years. We done they keep a sustainable and a calm environment with only one strike, and the strike came as a result of misunderstanding and misinformation, and they will be able to resolve it within record time. And I think say in a workplace we get over 8,000 workmen there, you will always expect some amount of misunderstanding. But how proactive are they for resolve them? How proactive are they for come back and explain to workmen there for understand within our direction and within the company intend for do in the medium and long term.
Okay, you don't explain, but you will, as the human resource consultant, now Leoroc Metal Group, and part of you will now for advise the board on issues that we get for do with development, the staff and policies and other thing. Them. Now we look at which don't be your key interventions so far, and they advise us we don't get to the board in terms of the workman and Leoroc.
Okay, realistically, Leoroc starts in late 2020. I mean, we actually start operations in 2021. We start small. One thing where we do way different from the previous operators them, we progress been very incremental, meaning we start small and then gradually we get to Saudi. We not can begin and say today we want 5,000 workmen there or 500 workmen there. We never get a situation like that. But now incrementally we don't do with intake or with recruitment. We also look at the mining landscape, the sector, within the obtain the other side them, and how we go able adopt things then we think say go make workman them benefit and go make workman them feel comfortable for work with we. For keep up to 8,000 workman them for a period of 3-4 years, it means they try our best for give them the satisfaction we they need. The first thing we think say we do as a company now for assess the skill set, assess the skill gap where they, because Leo Rock this term where we can, we look at the mistakes where the two previous operators then we don't do, and how we go to overcome the challenges that we then been get, so that we go be a sustainable, we go implement a sustainable operation. The first thing we will do now for look at the skills and try for see how we get machineries and equipment them we're very advanced, so that we go able to increase we output and increase our production. So we don't focus on that largely. So strategically, we don't maintain a profile na the company or na the industry where everybody go feel say yes. I think Leo Rock don't they understand how to manage a crisis and how to manage the situation at Sonkolili and the Port and Rail.
Okay. Let me go into the allegations. The media also for talk on the allegations them we don't go round against Leo Rock. The allegations they are so waiting at Leo Rock point of view with regard.
I've been say at the beginning say the allegations they're wrong. We not at any point sell to Rock Wave. You will always believe say a company of this magnitude, a company of this grandeur, will always get people will go come and distract, and people will go always want to forget wrong news. And in fact, then you see always they come up from the same set of people, what they say the usual suspect, the one they always want to say the wrong thing about Leo Rock. But we're not bothered with the focus on we goal, and I think that focus thing I don't help we so far. We not sell to any company with an Rock Wave, but we rather get a company with an Rock Wave in a local HR firm where they provide service for we. We contract them for them look at we junior category staff. And that category they've been faced with issues around the type of recruitment what they do, especially in the communities where they operate, and the way would they assess them and how would they do them promotions, and the type of training will they continue for give them. So we think say some gaps them in there, and that's not the reason we contract these new HR firm for them can help we for put more effort or put limelight on we junior category workforce where we believe say now they're not the backbone of the operations. So we need to pay more attention on them. We document the issues that were there and provide the necessary training. Come with partners that we go give you the requisite training for them.
You talk about some challenges. We can look at any challenges. Then we make the Leo Rock Metal Group decide for hire HR firm for manage the junior category or command them. But let's look at another name we come up apart from the Rock Wave. Also name come up like Sea Wave. Then I would.
Okay, very good. Now this HR consulting firm, they operate on a big group with them called Talent Bridge. And on the Talent Bridge, then they operate Rock Wave na Tonkolili because na KMC on Skill Mining Company, and then they operate under the name Sea Wave na KRP when are the King Railway and Port Company. So it's just but clear for saying at the same thing and at the same group, but it's quite different because don't forget say this na mining, this other one now port and rail services. So that's the reason why you get two names, and then two names are not just the same service they provide when for advice on the human resource, and then take over with junior category staff.
Now, wasn't are the challenges then we the Leo Rock Metal Group see or undergo we make them decide for hire HR firm for handle them junior workman them?
I've been telling us mid last year we will get one general strike since we start operation, Strike are prone for happen industries, especially mining company like we can. Now, what do we do after the strike? Even though we resolve it within record time, within 2-3 days, we don't get the workers then together, get waiting them, be agitate for, try for resolve them, and then we come up with a solution, a roadmap. After that process, we begin for assess the situation, waiting going to lead to the strike, waiting to be the issues them waits around the strike. Not forget, say, Leone Rock being basically focused on production and production. So for too long, we'll be already launch programs. We'll tell you, say, this year we'll get a processing plant for go launch with a 10 million ton, 12 million ton, 30 million ton. That not be we focus. We not be look at inwardly the issues there where they affect the junior category. We'll be already push them, get to work, make sure say we not work. But then we realize, say, even the training programs we implement when we do our apprenticeship program, the mentorship program, we realize, say, some of the trainers they will come, they are very quality trainers. We get the skill sets where they don't exist in the industry for like over 20 or 30 years. But then we see small challenge there, challenge around language. You know, the junior category workforce not too sophisticated. You get some people who get for really trained. And then we get an apprenticeship program who say 70% practical, meaning then they with them mentors them for train them for understand the work and understand the new equipment that we don't bring. But equally so, we also get a session for theoretical training when around 30%. So, but we realize, say, because of some of the levels of some of the work we need for do more. And if we need for do more, what thing they happen with the divert ourselves from what call function when I'm mining. So we want to get a company where they come in for help with and focus on that aspect there, so that they continue for guidance development at that level. By the time they graduate or promote to senior category, they come back to Leone Rock. So more or less, Natiwe no come for car. That's why we say the senior staff and the management staff, they all get Leone Rock contract.
Now, Rockwave or Seawave, they manage una junior staff.
Correct.
Would that be the category of junior staff, and how most people will be affected by this transition?
They say around 60 to 65% of workforce they in that category. Now they will be affected by that. This include the one that where they work directly for the parent group, and also the one that where they work for with subcontractors.
Okay. So how the transition go work?
Well, the transition would already begin roll out. We do it in phases. We get 5 bands now with junior category, bands 1 to 5. So we start with band 1 to 3. Now that we don't already, we don't get them, we don't transfer them to Rockwave and Seawave. Now the next stage we go effectively start at the end of this month. Now the band 4 and band 5. Then we move them to Rockwave and Seawave.
And you don't talk on the allegations here, not true, because we are just hired them to come here for HR consultancy. But another aspect of the arguments now that we not pay them end of service benefits. Why you need for pay somebody end of service benefits with the transition into other company or other HR firm?
You definitely, that's not the process, and so the law call for. See, if somebody they move from one contract to another contract, you get for pay them for waiting to work under this previous contract. Now you get them for signing a new contract. And this now is seamless process. Now the process will happen almost the same day. The moment say this contract don't end, obviously after the notice, and you get the paperwork, you get your calculation, your benefit, where you don't do, where do you for the period where you don't serve Leone Rock, then you now move to Rockwave. You sign a contract there. The terms they not change, the conditions do not change, the benefit programs they not change. So they're more or less the same. The only advantage we go get now they put more spotlight on you. Then they continue now for documentary training programs. The skills the way you get, the one that we left for let you get, for let you move now other side. Because the good thing with this they do for we, apart from the fact say it ain't in line with we localization or local content strategy, for now get a local company integrated in the HR sector, we also they provide the leverage for we follow you able move the workman and they, especially the one we don't say for example we don't work in one department and you get a skill set, we can move them and it's easy for us to do them with the pool of workers within now with Rockwave and Seawave. So it's very easy for we to do.
When you talk about the issue of unbundling the country, one way many people they fear because of which it don't happen inside the past year them. Some of them things that we they explain now on air. Not things that will not be not explained to the workman and say not to sack or not sack them, but rather a transition process.
Correct. We don't make that abundantly clear. And at no point we tell workman and say, now work done. How you go sack somebody we work not done? The work already expand. Meaning, it's strange for somebody tell you say that they carry redundant. Redundancy already happen if the work is small or they scale down. But we they expand. So meaning the workforce will get now, they're even small for me to that we expansion rate. We tell them say by end of next year, they double that number. And because that number they grow, we now need for focus on that category of workforce. So meaning more work get for day, more activities get for day, and Rockwave as one of the companies and Seawave where they help we for do that growing demand and for assess the workman then during this period.
So let me look at who that response or good get for the responsible now for the pay the workman there so directly.
Absolutely. If you don't move the workman to Rockwave, we they pay for the service where the workman they offer to we to as Leo Rock, and then we pay to Rock where the Rockwave pay them. And it's a process where seamless. This is not the second month now, and it go on very fine so far.
These are the second month.
Correct.
When you hire HR consultancy, you get costs. What are for bear the cost? Now from the workman the money in the pull up on Leo Rock.
No, Leo Rock. Now Leo Rock they bear the cost.
Now Leo Rock get for bear the cost.
Absolutely.
What are the terms and conditions then? Where the workman get for work under? We make them think say then tenor no guarantee or then think say then can sack them any moment.
Look, let I also say this. 3 years ago, the Mining Trade Group Negotiating Council be meet. Yeah? And what we meet, one panel where the union then come up with, because every 3 years, the mining sector, they come together with the unions, workers representative, for discuss better terms and conditions. Now, one panel where they come up with then, we will not be able to approve, now that then we want for we as companies start for pay workman then benefit every 5 years. This not been the proposal to we. So we are saying the issue of paying benefit to workman then even when they're under the same contract, not a new thing, not a new request. This is a request we don't come long before now. You understand? So what do they say? All what we do now for pay the workman and benefit for the period when they work 2 years, or now 1 year, on 3 years. Now then they move to Rockwave. And then they under the same terms, under the same conditions, and nothing no change so far. But rather no more conditions.
What is the status of the casual workman them in this new arrangement?
A casual, when you say casual, now workman where they work for 3 months, maximum 6 months. You know they go beyond that. Anybody who work beyond 6 months, we they consider as a permanent workman because you get for unchanging contract. The person where they work for 3 months, this now for work them particularly where not permanent in nature. Like say for example where they season don't cancel, Leo Rock go employ people from communities where not trampoline workers because the all they wet. So we need them for letting they cover the all during heavy rains. So you need that set of people, sometimes 50, sometimes 60. Then they work for a short period of time. This is not then what they refer to as casual because the nature of their work is so temporal in nature.
So what is the new status in this new arrangement? Now the Rockwave or Seawave get for handle them
yes,
or una get for handle?
Absolutely. The reason why Rockwave or Seawave they handle because we don't say all junior category workforce. And the one they win a casual now largely the junior category workforce. We not get casual when a senior workman.
Would I get for the hire for Leo Rock now? The junior staff.
Now Seawave and Rockwave. Now then get for to do the hiring. And in fact, the advantage what we get with that, now the fact say, now then get for the interface with the local communities. And it's easy for we get somebody like a buffer. We now they resolve the issues with local communities. We don't get some employment issues. Some communities will say, okay, we'll not get enough people, or we work man there. Now this period then don't work for after the work done though. But now Rockwave or Seawave, they get a pool of workman there, where then they give them fixed term contract. I would say now the time this will probably will even they get rid of the word casual. Because what you then get for do now, we then don't advise we now that then go get a pool of workmen the way then go get fixed term contract. Say for example 10 months or 11 months or 1 year. They work my then go for the move there around. You need casual in this department, they move them there. You need casual in another department, they move them there. So it's easy for do with a company in between than you they do them directly, because you also want for mitigate the risk.
Okay, let me look at the process we use for CC outsource on a human resource area na Leoroc. What will be the process we involve for CC work with and see we take over the human resource?
The first thing will be focused on Sierra Leoneization. Log get a Sierra Leone company where they do this work for we. The second thing we will look at now the caliber of people where they dey. And in Rockwave, you go be amazed say people like we don't serve we something now, then don't retire. We get extensive experience on the project already. Now then they're part of that arrangement, and then they give you the service. So meaning we not go too far, but we actually look at waiting there around we look at what we feel say that the companies that will go to give you the kind of service what we need, because we don't want for invent the wheel. We want to get something we suitable to the type of environment where they operate and the type of policies they will get. So now I make not go too far, but we able to get Rockwave. We get people there with the caliber where they able to give you the necessary service what we need.
That's something illegal.
Absolutely, yes, very legal.
The Rockwave, is it a Sierra company or a foreign company?
No, not Sierra Leone company.
That's a Leone company.
Yes.
And also allegation they say now Leo Rock will command them within now they form this company.
Well, you see, it go easy for you say that Leo Rock will command them, because if you see somebody when a retired workman from Leo Rock, they work na Rockwave, they easy for you just say, oh, this is not Leo Rock, because somebody retire. Yes, you can announce in certain sectors, but not all mango. So this person already there with we. But I think we don't make that abundantly clear. I say the people that where they work with we, and people who don't retire from Rockwave, but then get the requisite skill set for that they will provide.
When I already don't operate now salons for almost 4 years now.
That's right.
When I get people that we don't retire from Leo Rock, where this company don't take 20, 30 years.
No. You get people that where you employ with them there in their mid 50s, 60s, but they don't reach a point where they need for retire. Maybe age don't catch up with them. And you need that service.
How fair the selection process been there for Rockwave for take over the human resource?
I mean, you talk about fairness, you talk about waiting, you think say convenient for the type of operation we are the and don't forget say Leone Rock get a lot of pressure on we for deliver, because 2 previous operators then we don't fail, then we don't get issues, and we no one for go to that. And so as part of our sustainability arrangement, now for make sure say we do the things them where they keep we work going, where they make sure say the workman they get the requisite skill for meet the production demand we want.
Outsourcing now one way people don't regard say it's a sign of transition or takeover. How this one go different?
Well, this one actually different. So most of the outsourcing unbundling, as they say, will be done. They see that the one we get for do it. The entire management is being taken over. This is not what we have said. We say with a range, we they look after the junior category workman there. Now they're no more. And besides, not training ground for them. Because we also say that person will not be junior category there. The moment they assess them, they make sure say they get the requisite training and they move to senior category and they come back now Leo Rock. So it's an arrangement, it's a model where we fix for like fit with type of arrangement, not only. And so far most of the things we don't do, most people don't know how we go about for them. Tonkolili now one place where without people companies are on the mind for past 10 years. Also, African mineral and steel. One of the issues where they come up with, where they come across, was that the ore where they come out of Tonkolili in a low grade ore. How you going to compete with ores from all over the world with a high grade? If you don't get high grade. Okay. So what do we do now for invest in beneficiation? So that we do work out more equipment, new technology, so that we all grade will increase up from 57 to 62%. Okay. So that we said we will compete in the market.
Earlier on, my colleague will ask you in terms of what data then people also we then work with and see with, and you mentioned say these are people who don't work for Leo Rock and don't retire. Let me look again in terms of fairness. If people, somebody with a work now, a particular company done on a can get a contract or manage on a human resource, the welfare of workman them, what does the interest you feel say they go seek more?
Well, anybody where you get contract now, your partner, meaning you work with her, and not to the same, not to just one subcontractor will get. We get subcontractor where they do mining for we get subcontractor where they do processing for we get subcontractor where they do drill and blasting for we. And these now companies who they operate with. Meaning we they set the rules because we now the parent company and we don't want anything will go affect our operations. So meaning laws they not go change overnight, rules they not go change overnight if we don't know. So now we constantly they engage with subcontractors for them work with the terms of service. You understand? So that would not for be a lot of early people in fear, that's not a problem. So not to just human resource we talk about processing, mining, blasting and drilling. So subcontractors then they will already they operate with. So now maybe say not to the entire Leone Rock we move. We move with junior category workman then, and then key functions get for focus on the welfare, for focus on training and development, for focus on better recruitment, what we do with communities.
They say Mr. Dafina shareholder na rock with.
Well, that's what I'm going to tell you, but
what do you
nobody
say?
No good. Not so heavy.
You know get share day.
No, no get share day. The records and then corporate affairs.
Okay. Let me look at how that they determine the terms and conditions of their workman them here, and how then terms and conditions has to go fit into Leone Rock system.
Very good. Leone Rock already gets a blueprint. We get a term and condition. We don't tell them say Rock wave no can change, they no can reinvent the wave, they no can change anything. We make sure say they are aware say we work on a pace where we not they disrupt at all. And that pace they now we they continue to maintain. So now I could tell you say the terms they not change. These benefit programs they will be get for workman they still offer them. So nothing no change in principle. The only thing we change now the contract nine change. So if the workman they work with Rockwave directly, Leone Rock directly, now that contract don't end with Leone Rock, and now they on the Rockwave or Sea Wave. For particular reasons, for reasons of training and development, for reasons of better recruitment, and for reasons of assessment. Don't forget say when I say workforce they can grow and they can double very soon. So we now need for focus on what we call function. This Leone Rock nearly do this because we just want for doing. We then look at the market around we, and we make projections based on that, so that we will meet with the growing demand around we. Just now the neighbor, I think when I do some report on Guinea, where they talk about Simandu project. Simandu now one of the biggest projects we're going to can flood the market very soon. By next year, 2026. The estimations they will get, they say they can start to produce over 1 million tons of iron ore. Imagine if Gandhi they go now a market who say we already they go. You know what it mean? It means shock go there. So if we not meet, if we not compete with that level there, if we not compete with that standard there, we don't do service to a sustainability program, and we not go down prepare ourselves for meet the challenges. Recently, we've been hearing at the radio where ministers say the diamond industry they suffer because of the influx of other type of laboratory diamonds, meaning it affects the raw diamond producers. As a result, like companies then as Leone, for example. So what do we say? We also don't look at waiting there for happen in the immediate future. Companies then therefore can begin can we not be there before. There was no Simandu, but if you tell you say next year Simandu therefore can begin pump over the world market, it means say we say therefore brace up and meet with that challenge the way they come. Now we don't see we invest in beneficiation, we don't move on from 57 to 68 to 62. So we want to focus on that particularly, so that the human resource work we get for do with junior category workman there, we want to see how we'll get a specialized team for handle that. Whereas we focus on the actual goal.
You can look at messages the one I don't send on 077981981. This one from Tuba Pekin. They say, did LRMG pay redundancy benefit to the employees before transferring them to a subcontractor? Now question they asked them.
This one from OG Nas, now Facebook page say, misinformation distorts reality, spreading false narrative that can manipulate opinions, fuel division and undermine trust in credible source. When unchecked, it can influence critical decision.
This one says, I have been following you 98.1. Our students at GTI, how can they benefit from this opportunity for internships? I mean, an Leone they ask for.
This other one from Mark 10 say, I hope the visit of the Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko of Senegal will aim to build on discussion held in Senegal on April 22nd, 2024, focus on food and energy sovereignty, as well as the potential development of a mineral hub, from Mark 10.
This one from Alu's content on Facebook page, they say the employees who fall within this bracket are now working for a subcontractor instead of Leone. The fear of the employees is that some terms and conditions of service will differ, and it will not be incumbent upon Seawave to give the employees the same terms as Leone.
This one from Abdul Rashid say, Leone Metal Group has subsidiaries such as Kinhu Mining Company Limited and Kinhu Railway and Port Company Limited. Leone emphasizes building strong community relations and fulfilling its legal obligations. Leone is the single largest employer in Sierra Leone's private sector with over 7,000 employees.
This one from Concerned Citizen, he say, I am writing to bring to your attention a matter of growing concern among Sierra Leonean local transporters. It has come to our notice that the Chinese within Leone Mining Company are now conducting their own local transportation of goods from Watakii to Pepel. This practice is significantly affecting local transport businesses as it bypasses the service of Sierra Leonean transporters who rely on such contracts for their livelihood. The continued use of in-house transportation by foreign companies not only undermines local capacity but also contradicts the efforts to empower Sierra Leonean businesses and foster inclusive economic growth. We respectfully urge your office to look into this matter and engage with the relevant stakeholders to ensure fair participation of local transportations in port-to-site logistics operations.
This one with 077981981 say Uswan Rock Wave and Uswan Nasi Wave.
We continue for look at more issues. This one say it is believed that there is a new investor that is stepping at a group level in China for Leone. How true, Mr. Daffy?
This one with 077981981 say the Prime Minister Sonko should also tour Sierra Leone mining's location, where presentations from the mining and energy sector will take place, culminating in the signing of a joint communique and memorandum of understanding from Mark 10 and New Englandville.
This one says staff at Leone have been on casual for months and years, and they want to lay them off without payments.
This one from Tunde Scott, now Facebook page, say those who are misleading the public that the Senegalese Prime Minister is here to learn from this administration should tell us what exactly they want to learn from this government. I am not democratic principles and values, not to mention infrastructure and other things.
Well, from them messages there, we come to Mr. Daffy, HR consultant, that the Leone Metal Group, for respond to them.
Thank you so much. I will take the questions there as them they come. This one we ask for whether we don't pay benefit. We're in call a redundancy. But I will show you say no to redundancy because work still there. Now scale with the scale up, meaning we terminate and then we transfer. So we pay all within the workman and due at that period there. And we don't do so for the junior categories, band 1 to band 3. Internship at Leone, obviously we get internship opportunities and we receive requests every day from universities, training institutions and colleges. But one lady training institute or college address the letter to we and list the candidates there or the students the way they want for let them do internship. If my memory serves me, just 1 month ago we received over 50 interns, some from the Youth Corp, some from the Frabi College, some from Jala University. So we don't get a lot of people where they train at in various disciplines. We just get for no way to the party one can do as intern. Employees working for subcontractors are not Rockwave, so the benefits are not the same. Now we don't tell you say nothing will change at this stage, and definitely nothing will change. They do so clearly, because if you go, you check the people in contract, you're going to say, we not reduce nothing from them. And then the rock wave, we don't come, nor also reduce anything from them. So then they do exactly what to be done, they do, and they carry on with that. We they give them 1 bag rice supply, 50 kg rice supply every month, and they still continue, the company, they still continue for pay for that. We they give them bonuses monthly, the company still they continue committed, follow, make sure they will continue for pay that. Now, another question, before I come to this local transport, where not news to me, obviously, we go, if this person get this concern, definitely we does them open, you can come our office or call the media unit, or we able get information about this, say we know they engage local suppliers
so
in the transport sector.
If the person now want for ladies complain, within are the channels them to the top management?
In the first place, we numbers are usually they out, and we sit you on our policy we always open. In numbers and they out, you can call them, and then we can able to sit down and talk about them.
We are not aware of this Leone logistics where the Chinese company they run for transport.
No, we get Leone logistics way maybe different from transport company.
No,
you understand?
Yes, this company they send the transport from Wataki to Pepel, and they need to give contract to local businesses.
I know if you say not true entirely. It's possible say he not get the contract, or this particular person not get the contract, but we get local people truck owners where then they come and testify every day, so they get them flocks now the office where they come for receive them payment. So for me, maybe not individual and isolated case, but this person can come up with what he get, and we will look at them as well. This person also want to know the difference between rock wave and sea wave. We say the company where they do the local workman, them, I mean the junior staff, not on Kolili, we call them rock wave. The one way they in a Pepel, we call them sea wave. So like different standing, but not the same thing. They all they do. Now somebody say the new investor is a new investor in China where they step in at the group. This is always possible for companies of magnitude. Don't forget, say just last year we group president been come up with close to 60 investors. Firstly, for letting them assess the work they do. Because don't forget, say we say for meet the growing trend of the market outside the under, so we need to adjust accordingly. So it means investors then can come and say, I want to invest in this process, I want to invest in this activity. That is open, and then they happen all over the world. So for like you get new investor or somebody where they come for add to you, don't forget, say we get an intensive program. Just recently we go launch with 30 million ton plants. Now plenty money. And plenty money we get for investing in that. So if somebody interested, they look at what we get and they say, why invest? Obviously they happen. And so not a new thing, not the sector. Staffs at Leone Rock are casual for 1 year. No, that to my record. And we don't get that situation there at all. And we don't tell when I say the longest time with somebody they be casual na 6 months. After that, you get for change that person in contract. It's either you get a permanent contract or you get a fixed term contract. Obviously that person not for the work as casual for 1 year. And yes, we get institutions in there, and we address them every day. And if somebody thinks it's different from what I don't say, then they'll get the complaint, and then we'll address it appropriately.
Okay. Mr. Daffy, before you go, earlier on we asked you about the issue of, when you talk of the issue of unbundling in this country, we see how it can end up. We're talking of Segatel and others them. We can see how it can end up. Besides, workman that they lost their job them. For Leone, which assurance we go left to workman and that nobody no go lost their job?
Like I say, this not unbundling, and it is far-fetched from unbundling. Unbundling, now we take everything, you give somebody else. We'll not give everything to person. We get a subcontractor where they do mining for we. We get another subcontractor where they do processing for we. We get somebody else where they do transport arrangement for we. We also get a subcontractor where they do drilling and blasting for we. So for say you don't unbundle, and you know we will unbundle this entire process here to one subcontractor. What do? We make sure say we get the activities of we junior category workman them. The senior category like me we sit on and most of we other senior category workman they are still Leone Rock. Meaning even the ones who they refer to as junior category workers, themselves after they don't go through the assessment and training, the one they will get for promote can senior, then they come back Leone Rock. This is not a model way I don't see anywhere. But we also determine and say it's a temporal fix, it's a fix where they help we for adjust ourselves, follow meet the growing threat in the market.
Okay. So how the sensitization will continue with them for the people or now staff them understand what you don't can explain. So
Yes, they engage at unit level, at department level, and we also engage during general meetings. Louis Sidona, they do several trips up country for engage them in meetings, give them the correct message, and we also they do that. Well, like I say, the media or a sector of people who feel say they circulate wrong information, misleading information, they also get a responsibility to the Sierra Leonean public where they listen. When they call them, you can always be on the other side. But we think, say, if they do well, can also a report say would they do well?
Thank you very much, Mohammed Dafi, HR consultants, Leoroc Metal Group. If you didn't inside the program for explain the allegation, we see the Leoroc Metal Group don't plan for sack plenty people and also sell this company to Rockwave and Seawave company. But according to Ram, then just give consultancy to then HR Famia for take care of the junior workman them when level 1 and level 2 for handling human resource, and say Leoroc still this salon not ready for fold up or sack people them. Plenty thank you for joining me in today's edition of the program. Good morning, Salon.
Thank you, Musa, and thank you, listeners.